Hello everyone, welcome to this series on famous heroines in the plays of William Shakespeare. And in this video, we are going to discuss the character of Margaret of Anjou in the plays Henry VI series and Richard III. Introduction. Margaret of Anjou is one of Shakespeare's most formidable and multifaceted characters, appearing in Henry VI trilogy and Richard III. As the Queen of England, wife of King Henry VI, and mother of Prince Edward, Margaret is a character of immense strength, ambition, and resilience. Her journey through the Wars of the Roses showcases her evolution from a determined queen to a vengeful widow, highlighting themes of power, loyalty, and the brutal realities of political ambition. This video delves into the various dimensions of Margaret's character, examining her strengths, vulnerabilities, relationships, and thematic significance, supported by relevant quotes from the plays. Strength and ambition. Margaret's strength and ambition are evident from her first appearance in Henry VI series. She marries King Henry VI and quickly becomes a driving force behind the Lancastrian cause. Her ambition is not only for herself but also for her husband and son, as she seeks to secure their positions and the stability of the kingdom. In Henry VI Part 1, Act 5, Scene 3, Margaret expresses her readiness to take on the responsibilities of queenship. Margaret, a wilder beast than is the breast of others, my heart more harder than a rock of flint. Her willingness to embrace the hardships of her role underscores her ambition and determination. Resilience and tenacity. Margaret's resilience and tenacity are hallmarks of her character. Throughout the turbulent Wars of the Roses, she endures numerous hardships, including the capture and death of her son, the imprisonment of her husband, and her own exile. Despite these adversities, Margaret remains steadfast in her efforts to reclaim the throne for her family. In Henry VI Part 3, Act 1, Scene 4, Margaret's strength is evident as she confronts the Duke of York. Margaret, and if words will not, then our weapons shall. Her readiness to resort to battle to achieve her aims highlights her tenacity and underlying spirit. Vengefulness and ruthlessness. As the conflict between the Lancasters and Yorks intensifies, Margaret's character takes on a more vengeful and ruthless aspect. Her desire for revenge against those who have wronged her and her family drives much of her actions. This is particularly evident in Henry VI Part 3, where she orchestrates the killing of York and mocks him before his death. In Henry VI Part 3, Act 1, Scene 4, Margaret cruelly taunts the captive York. Margaret, off with his head, and set it on York gates, so York may overlook the town of York. Her mercilessness in this scene reveals the depths of her vengeful nature. Vulnerability and tragedy. Despite her strength and ruthlessness, Margaret also displays moments of vulnerability and tragedy. The loss of her son, Prince Edward, is a profound blow that exposes her maternal anguish and grief. This loss, coupled with the eventual downfall of the Lancastrian cause, adds layers of tragedy to her character. In Henry VI Part 3, Act 5, Scene 5, after Prince Edward is killed, Margaret's grief is palpable. Margaret, O Ned, sweet Ned, speak to thy mother, boy. Canst thou not speak? O traitors, murderers! This moment of raw emotion highlights her vulnerability and the personal cost of her relentless pursuit of power. Relationships. Margaret's relationships with other characters are complex and multifaceted. Her marriage to Henry VI is marked by loyalty and mutual respect, but it is also stained by his ineffectiveness as a king. Her relationship with her son, Prince Edward, is characterized by fierce maternal love and ambition. In Henry VI, Part 3, Act 5, Scene 6, Margaret's confrontation with Richard III showcases her fierce maternal instincts. Margaret, thou camest on earth to make the earth my hell. A grievous burden was thy birth to me. Her interactions with Richard III further emphasize the depth of her character and her capacity for both love and hatred. Thematic significance. Margaret's character embodies several key themes in the Henry VI series and Richard III, including the brutal realities of political ambition, the complexities of power and loyalty, and the devastating impact of revenge. Her journey reflects the chaotic and violent nature of the Wars of the Roses, highlighting the personal and political costs of the struggle for power. Conclusion. Margaret Anjou is a character of remarkable strength, ambition, resilience, and complexity. Her journey through the Henry VI trilogy and Richard III showcases her evolution from a determined queen to a vengeful widow, highlighting the multifaceted nature of her character. Through her actions and relationships, Margaret embodies themes of power, loyalty, revenge, and the personal costs of political ambition. Her legacy is one of Shakespeare's most formidable and dynamic characters, continues to resonate with audiences, cementing her place in the canon of literary history. So this was the discussion on the character of Margaret Anjou in Shakespeare's play Henry VI series and Richard III. We will meet in the next video and discuss some other character. Until then, goodbye and thank you.